Y'all know what's going on. If this is not your first time watching, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, returning subscriber, welcome back. You already know what we get into. V8 swap lexus, obviously. Got a couple parts in. So two things we're gonna try to do today, or at least try to do in this episode. Ain't gonna be today, but at least try to get this done. And this episode is the radiator lines, and I got an ABS delete kit. So let me show y'all what I'm working with right here. So these are hose adapters, 1 1/4 on one side, 1 1/2 on the other side. The IS factory radiator hose is 1 1/4 inches, I believe, and the GS430, which the engine came from, is 1 1/2 inches. So I'm gonna try to make things a little bit easier for me. Try to find a way how I can at least use the factory hoses from both units and put them together while using two of these. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably seen I got the Chase Base ABS. They don't call it a delete kit, they call it a brake line relocation. But because you are getting a brake bias valve, I can't remember the proper name for it, but that deletes the ABS module because it has a built-in valve in it, so it splits the brake pressure from the front and the rear. So I'm gonna jump into the garage real quick, and I'm gonna at least get this started. I probably won't do a whole lot of recording. I don't have much space left on my memory card, but as things go along, I will keep y'all updated. So like I was saying earlier with the hose adapters, this is how I got it set up right now. Not really sure how long this is going to be like a permanent solution, but there's the hose adapter right there. You can see the middle of the two pieces, the 1 1/2 inches over here, the 1 1/4 inches over here. So I used the factory IS300 line from the radiator to the adapter, and then this is a piece of the GS430 hose. Same thing with this side, the lower hose. The IS and the GS, they're pretty similar shaped. The GS one needed some trimming so it didn't rub on the power steering pulley, but when I used the adapter down there, it made it a little bit longer, so it pretty much just took up everything that I trimmed. It just pushed it right back out. It does fit, so I'm just going to trim it. I'll probably even trim the fitting a little bit to get it to fit perfectly, so I can, avoid having a pulley rub up against the hose and, catastrophic failure, stuff like that. But it's in there, it works. I tried to relocate them. It was over here at first, moved it over here. And as you can see, I moved it right into the way of the power steering. I can't get the power steering fitting on there. And to me, power steering is more important than ABS. So that's gotta go. So here's the Chase Base kit, brake line relocation kit, all opened up. So it's all opened up, and just looking at things and just how I see how the brake lines on the IS are already routed from factory, I can tell that this super long line right here is going to be the passenger side from the what is that thing called? The master cylinder. For the master cylinder, this is gonna go into the master cylinder, split off. So this side is gonna go to the passenger side. This side, I'm assuming, is gonna go to the driver's side because it's not that long. And then this is going to go to in the back of the master cylinder. Feed the brake bias, I'm assuming. So that's gonna go master cylinder into the proportion valve. That's what that's called. So it's gonna go in there and then out. This line is gonna feed these where it splits because the IS, the rear line split off on the firewall going underneath the car. It's funny, I was at work yesterday. I spent 15 minutes looking for this knife and it's sitting right here in my car. Crazy. Tech life. So just a quick tech tip for those who don't work on cars that regularly. When you're messing with brake lines, like you're trying to remove brake lines, I can't stress this enough. proper tools are everything. Please go to Harbor Freight or Home Depot or Lowe's or something and get yourself what we call line wrenches. Do not use a regular ass, cheap ass wrench to try to get brake lines off, especially if it's an older car. You see rust on it, you're not going to get it off. You're going to strip that and you're going to be in for a rude awakening. And just so you know, I'm not kidding. For a wrench, throw it over the line. See, I got it on that nut. It's a little dark, but watch how easy this is gonna be. Man, look at that. Look at that. Even on this one. See all that rust? Nothing. Look at all that grip. See that one right there? And it helps to spray PB blast in the threads. Let that soak in there, let that sit in there. All right, so for this one, I was using just this and the whole thing was spinning inside that little clip. So I just got some vice grips to tighten it down and break it loose. So that's loose. So those are the two that go to the rear brakes. I really don't have a place to set the camera up, but you know, you get the gist of it. Break those loose, and we're gonna replace these as well. So bring them loose right here. You saw I broke everything loose, and right now I'm just gonna go ahead and just take the lines off, take the stock factory lines off. I'm gonna start with the front. So I'm gonna start with the front one that goes over there to the passenger side, and one that goes down here to the driver's side first. So it's pretty much drop in, and then the backs I'll do, excuse me, Corona. And then the backs I'll do, and I try to figure out how that, what is that thing called? That proportioning valve is supposed to be set up where it's supposed to bolt to if it just sits, just floats in the air or whatnot. All right, this looks like a freaking mess, but these are all the factory lines pulled out and disconnected. I got the front two. Like I said, I was going to start with the front two. So they're in there. They're still loose. I'm just going to, you know, leave them loose until I get the final adjustment down and I get all the lines routed, stuff like that. I'm working on the rears right now. The back lines are in. You probably can't see them from the top, but that's the one line right there where it splits down into two down there. But they're in too. So I just got to get this situated, and then we're good to go. So all my lines are now installed and routed correctly. Everything is nice and tight. You can see over here with the ABS, but the module not there anymore. It frees up a lot of space, and I don't have this large amount of cluttered lines sitting right here anymore. So all in all, it's a pretty simple install. It's pretty much just removing lines and putting new lines in. I do need to put the bracketry back up so the line's not sitting down on the firewall. And yeah, everything else is nice and tight and secure. Oh, and as far as mounting the brake bias valve, that's it right there. So on the IS300, chase base says to face the label up. It has a chase base label that faces up, and then put it on the, I guess the left side, right side. Well, you guys can see it. Depending on which way you're facing, you put it on that side of the brake reservoir, and it should just sit just like that. And then you'll have the one line, 90 degree. I think that goes to the back over there, and then you'll have on the other side your outlet that runs down to the back two lines for the brakes. So like I said, simple install. But now I can continue on with other aspects of the project. I'll go ahead and start working on my power steering lines now that I have room. Start doing with some electrical things as far as getting the gas pedal wired up, and just keep moving forward. So if you made it this far into the video, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about it. You know, something different out there, so appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate everybody watching, liking and commenting and subscribing, and hope you have a good day. See you on the next vid. Take it easy.